So let's see, we can go ahead and get started. It's 6:03 p.m. This is the Wakefield Human Rights Commission Pride Subcommittee meeting with myself, Benny Wheat, Eileen Rooney, Lindsay Averbook, and Daniela Nedbellick. And let's see, should we start with the flag raising? I will say, I don't know if you saw this already, but I can't remember the timeline. Maybe this had already happened last time we met. No, it hadn't. So the library approved us to fly our flags at the library. This is very exciting. It will be lovely. Unfortunately, I really don't understand how flagpoles work, I think, because those flagpoles to me look gigantic. But they said that you can only fly one flag at a time. So we're going to have to do the thing where we take it down to put up the Juneteenth flag and then put it back up, but whatever. That's how it goes.
That's fine.
So that's exciting. That's all confirmed. So yeah, flag raising.
Good. Great news.
I feel like we ended last time halfway through a conversation about maybe switching the date for the flag raising because we were having trouble because of the 7th grade field trip and also the what do you call that thing?
The prom.
Both of those happening at that time, so the middle schoolers and the seniors would not be able to be with us. But I don't know where we left. I mean, we didn't end up making a final decision on that, so I don't know what people's thoughts are.
Did I miss a meeting, by the way?
Yes.
I apologize. I was actually in the hospital for about a week out of state, and I just returned like 2 days ago. So I didn't know what I missed and had no access to anything. So I'm a little bit lost. So I apologize. But yeah. So what date? What was this?
Yeah, because we originally were talking about raising the pride flag on the 1st, and so having a pride flag raising ceremony on the 1st of June, which is a Wednesday. But it turns out that that evening is prom, so none of the seniors in high school would be able. We were like looking to get youth involved, you know, and none of the seniors.
Sure, yeah.
There. And also the entire or most of the 7th grade is going to be in New York City, and so Eileen had been trying to get the 7th grade chorus to sing "This Is Me." Which would not work because they're all going to be in a different state.
Great idea.
So that's why we had talked about switching it maybe to a day nearby then, like the 3rd or the 4th or something along those lines.
Yeah.
But we didn't really finish that conversation.
Well, so we now have a singer.
Yeah.
And sing, which is great. So, and she asked what date, and I said June 1st, but I'm sure if we wanted to change it, she'd probably be flexible. She's lovely.
How did you get a hold of that? Like, where did that contact come from?
She was a teacher at Ben's school in Boston, and we communicate she's always sending me stuff to be like, sign, Ben up for this, or have you looked at that, or that kind of thing. And I follow her on social media, and I see that she does a whole bunch of stuff. She's also part of the Greater Boston, what is it's not the Stoneham Theater anymore. It's the Greater Boston Stage Company or something like that. So she's involved with that. She's just in the North Shore. And so I thought, why not? Let's just see. And if she, wasn't available, then no harm, no foul, but she's happy to jump in and sing something, which is great.
That's awesome. Well, the 3rd is a Friday. I mean, does that make more sense than doing it on a Wednesday, or I don't know.
Yeah, that or Thursday. That helps with the younger crowd, but I think Thursday or Friday would be better than the Wednesday, and then we can get more people. Wait, if Wednesday is prom, maybe we give them a day to recoup.
Yeah,
Friday.
I think Friday would be the soonest that we should do it. If I agree with you, I think, and if kids are away and, it's time to kind of recover, Fridays are typically better because it's less to wake up for, unless you work Saturday mornings like I do, or other people do, I'm sure. But Fridays seem to work for meetings. So I don't know why they wouldn't work for. It's not typically a super lengthy event either, right? So if we did it earlier, like 6 or something, then people could still go out after if that's what they wanted to do.
Let
Do
me
you think
send
a
her
Friday
message.
evening would be better than a weekend daytime event, like a Saturday?
I think so. I think it like sometime around 6 on a Friday, we get a better turnout than something on a weekend, just because if people go away over the weekend, the weather's nice. If it's something like 6 after work, on a Friday, like if we're all able to show up on a Friday at 6, then the likelihood of more people being able to do that, I would think, would be relatively high. More than not, anyway.
I just sent her a message to see if she'd be available on June 3rd. So let's see if she replies.
Yeah, the other thing that I did was, so I told the library that we actually were slightly up in the air on the date for the Pride flag raising. And Catherine McDonald, who's the director or something at the library, she said, okay, get back to me. She didn't say, I should have asked, and perhaps I should do that now, is to ask, like, are there any conflicts? We're considering the 3rd, but could do like some other, like, tell us if the 3rd is a possibility. Let me email her right now. She's like a lightning fast emailer.
Should we maybe have like a rain date anywhere where it is a flag raising? So like if the 3rd is a conflict, possibly we could maybe do the 2nd. I do think the 2nd might be cutting a little bit close, but sorry, I had to shut off my video briefly, but I just think we're gonna have better luck on a weekday.
Last year, I will be honest, we did the Juneteenth flag raising in the rain. Because like there wasn't really a rain date option with all the people who were coming to do it, like I think had too many other because they're doing like a bunch of different Juneteenth flag raisings all in a row in
Sure,
different
yeah.
towns and cities. Anyway, so for whatever reason, we didn't have a rain date and we just did it in the rain. People still came, but
Yeah.
possibly like not that fun.
Yeah, it
That's
was
a great point. Planning a rain date might be a good idea.
I mean, like I said, it's not a super long event, so even if we had like it's doing a rain date for something that's an hour or 2 hours long, I don't think would be as difficult as it would be for like a longer event. Backup
she
time.
is free for June 3rd, so we're good with that.
Oh, great.
Okay.
That's fast.
Your speedy communication.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I was emailing, this is going more to the concert, but Cece Everly, was emailing with her this morning, and she was like, if you want me to come and talk to the committee and we can like talk through some of the details, let me know. And I was like, we have a meeting tonight. So she said she might not be able to make it because she's going to a concert tonight, but if she like randomly pops in, that's why, and that would be exciting. Just
That's
FYI.
awesome.
Yeah. Great. Thank you, Eileen, by the way. That's great.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Mhm.
June 3rd on the library calendar, there is ukulele kids play along from
What time?
3:30 to 4:30. But it
Oh.
What
doesn't
if
look
we
like
had
anything
them be
else.
part of our event? What if it was a
Yeah.
Pride ukulele play along?
So
Or could we
fun.
maybe have them do it like later? Because I feel like that's a tough time for most people who work till 5 though. Like that's an earlier time for a lot of people. Like I wouldn't be able to do something at 2:30 or 3, but I think that would be cool to incorporate. Do you think they'd be willing to like do their thing a little later?
Wait, what time is the ukulele thing at?
3:30 to 4:30.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah, that would be tricky with like a work day for most
Oh,
people,
no, they
although
could-
that would be awesome.
That would be so fun.
Yeah. I wonder if they would be willing to move it to like 6 or something. Because I feel like 6 is a good time. Most people are out of work. It gives them time to get home.
I think it's like a class indoors.
Oh,
Like it,
yeah.
Yeah, it's a regularly scheduled thing. I think it's like the whatever that is, the first Saturday of every month or something.
yeah, it's like
Oh,
kids. Yeah, it's totally a class. But wouldn't that be hysterical if like all these little 4th graders came out with like their ukuleles?
Well, and it's perfect because that like famous version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow that
Oh yeah.
there's like a Hawaiian like singer and ukulele player who does it. It would be great.
Die of cuteness.
I know. That'd be so cute. I agree.
Whoa.
That would be so cute.
Cute. Oh man.
Okay, so hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm emailing Catherine right now with the possible chance that she'll email us back before this meeting is over. So feel free to continue discussing issues about the date or the performance, or you can tell us, Eileen, about the singer or whatever else. Keep going.
Her name is Vanessa Shookus, and you can actually find her out on YouTube. I just pulled in some like YouTube links today, but she's like a opera singer and she plays instruments and she's like a local teacher and she's lovely, and I'm so excited that she's agreed to do this. I think it'll be really nice. But question that I had about the flag raising, do you think that's enough for us to have, like, Benny, you do like an introduction? I'm gonna forever call her Miss Shookus. We'll do, she'll sing. Like, that was about all we had last year, right? It wasn't that much. Like, it's only a half hour tops.
Yeah, are we
presentation.
talking about the pride flag or the Juneteenth flag?
Pride flag.
The pride flag. Well, I mean, if I remember correctly, and I have some of the stuff here, I think that I showed at some point, but like people just kind of like linger and kind of chat amongst themselves. We have some like swag stuff we can give out. Like we can always like bring some sort of like, I don't know how many people have those wireless speakers. We can have music playing and stuff when people aren't singing or performing. And I don't know what was discussed in the last meeting that I missed, but even having some kids, speak or, recite poetry or something like that, we could do something like that. Or if they're willing. I don't know. Like I said, I missed the
think
last
we've
one, so I'm not
been-
really sure what was discussed.
We've been trying to get some youth like engaged, but I don't know. There was one person who's into it. Actually, I can't remember. Daniela, maybe you can remind us. The person that Yana sent our way, is that person interested in the panel or the pride flag raising event, or both?
Both.
Okay, cool.
I was gonna
So-
say, I thought Yana had a few people that were interested, or
Yeah, so I think we covered this in the last meeting, then we got some updates from Yana because she couldn't make today. So we do have some other happenings that we could have for the flag raising. There's potential that we could get, we could get some vendors if we wanted, not vendors, but, set up a table and they could sort of do what we were thinking of for the concert, but I feel like the flag raising doesn't need to be a super over-engineered event when we have so
agree.
much going into the concert. And then also, I just want to be sensitive that we're not planning something so big for Pride Month when we need to take down that flag and do something equally of size for the Juneteenth flag raising. And if anything, the Juneteenth flag raising should probably be a little bit bigger, since that's the only thing that the HRC is doing for Juneteenth.
Yeah, I think the Juneteenth ceremony will have a singer, a speaker. I feel like there's a third component and I can't remember what it is. There's definitely a singer and a speaker.
Maybe like a poetry reading.
It's possible.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I have it. Actually, I can't open my HRC email because I have the email from the North Shore Juneteenth Association person.
From Nicole.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, having singers or sing along, a little speech from Benny, and I don't know if anyone else from the town council wants to speak again this year in the school committee. I think that was a nice touch where there was collaboration amongst different groups, and it didn't make it super long that people were starting to tune out the speeches. Like everyone, I think, was talking very quickly and engaging, and it was relevant. And it also just increases the engagement with the overall community.
are we doing Juneteenth flag raising on Juneteenth the 19th?
The date that we got from the Juneteenth Association is June 15th, and then it will
Oh,
stay.
okay, I was gonna say, because that's Father's Day, so I was wondering about that. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, I missed the last one.
That's a Wednesday, right?
Yes. Okay, what time's that at? The
Also at
concert?
6.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Yeah, I didn't have that because, ooh, that one. I will do my best.
So for the Juneteenth event, if we have a singer and the youth, what's her name? Olivia?
Is it Olivia Dannenberg?
Olivia. Okay, so if there's the singer and Olivia speaking. Part of me feels like so last year what we did was it was the chair of the HRC, the chair of the school committee, and the chair of the town council each said like a brief, just a couple of sentences worth of something. Which is fine. I feel like I'd like to put more the focus on Olivia than on us, just like saying kind of thank you for being here and this is so important, so yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts? Do you think that it makes sense to have all four of us saying something?
Feels like too much.
You could just stand together and one person say something. Kind of thinking of it like an MC, where you kick off the event. It states the purpose, who you are, then you get to step down, and then it's the key. Think of it like a keynote. And there's like either talking or she's singing or, so that way the main event. And then I wonder, would there be a song sung as the flag is being raised? Would it be just her? Or would it be the sing along?
We could have her do whatever we want.
And it could be both, she could sing a song and kind of get the crowd going. And then it could be, all right, I invite you as the flag is being raised, we can sing along. And I was joking, but I said in my professional karaoke experience, Bohemian Rhapsody is always a very successful sing-along. It's also a really good, energetic crowd pleaser, and Freddie Mercury was part of the community, so I feel like it fits.
It's always a good karaoke song for sure.
And then of course we have the table of giveaways, which I owe that to happen. I will do that next week. That way by our HRC meeting, I can give an update.
Who should I give the I'm sorry, I know we're talking about two different things, but for the pride flag stuff, like I said, I have all that stuff. Then I'm not sure who to give that to now. Like, who do I give that stuff to? Like the swag stuff? Do I just bring it on the day of the flag raising, or?
I mean, I think the least number of steps would probably be to just bring it on the day of the flag raising. But if you want,
that's what I did the last time. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I just wanted to, and I have like, I don't know, you still have like the other stuff, the flags and stuff, right? Do you have that stuff?
We don't have any flags. I don't
Like
think we have
the
any
table thing, the table banner thing that was from a while ago that Eileen, do you know?
I think it's at Maria's.
Yeah, someone has that.
Right.
I don't have that. Yeah, I don't have possession of that. I do have like another flag type of thing, but it's like a regular flag, not like a table, not a tent flag kind of thing, like a banner. It's just like a flag to show HRC or whatever. And then all the swag stuff, I'll just bring it and I'll put that together in some way, shape, or form. And then Yana's idea with candy, I did get some for that, but I don't know if like HRC was budgeting for that or what that looked like per last conversation.
We also had this idea, right, when we were raising the flag at Veterans Field, that we were going to put up like individual flags everywhere. And are we going to scrap that now that we're at the library, or should we still do that in a different, like, should we do it in the grass at the library? Do we need
you mean like on the signs and
Yeah.
stuff? Oh, that's a really great idea. Like, I don't know why. I mean, they're temporary, so do you think they'd have
I
an
think
issue
we
with
should totally still do it. Yeah, because we can, like you
Yeah,
said,
there's plenty of
grassy
space.
area.
Yeah. I
And we
think
can
that's a great idea.
We can reuse it for the concert.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. We can reuse them and with Yana's art or whatever. Like I said, I don't know what was discussed in the last one, but I think those can be used for multiple things as well. There's many, we could use them for everything. I think it's really helpful to have them in general, and it could use the signs that we're not using or selling.
Who has the box of signs?
Also Maria.
Okay, so I'll send a message to Maria for the signs because she's right up the street from me. And so I'll get the signs. And then do you want me to price out the individual, like make the picture and then see how much they are to, like, we're just printing them in paper, right? And attaching them? Okay.
Color printing. In fact, how many do you think we'll need?
We need to like pay for that. If we have printers, can we just like print them? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
I have
I
a
think that's
printer.
what
I
I'm
can just
thinking is
print
like,
them.
Yeah, if somebody has access to a color printer, like I might be able to do it at work. I'm just trying to think how many. If we're talking like 50, that might not be a great idea for me, but
Yeah, same, but
like
if we could split
10.
it up, like I have a color printer, I mean, it's not a great one, but I can print out 10 things, or if we split it up even,
Yeah.
like we may not need to pay for that. I mean, I have
Yeah.
ink for my job, so
good point.
I agree with that. Oh, here's the flag thing. You guys don't see it?
So there are 12 different pride flags.
Mhm.
There's that or main ones, there's 31, but we don't have to get into the nitty gritty. I think if we pick the top most common 12, then we can take 12 signs, and on the back of those signs put one piece of paper that is the flag, and then one piece of paper that says its meaning.
Mhm.
Yes, it's a great idea.
The other thought is I haven't gotten our pride flag stuff. We are budgeted for $100, and that's including shipping. We could use the Walgreens downtown and FedEx and get like bigger posters, because if the sign is like massive, and then we only have an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, that might not be as inclusive for people to be able to easily see. But
On the back of the flag, you mean?
on
It'll be
the
hard
back
to
of,
see it.
yeah, like because we have, say there's like the back, hate has no home here, right? And then on the back of that sign is where we're going to put 1 8 by 11.5, whatever that traditional paper is, and that's be fully printed with a flag, and then a second piece of paper that says
back,
what
back.
that flag means.
What if we do like the picture of the flag and then next to it the description? That way it wouldn't take up, it would take up more space in the back of the sign.
That's what Danielle is saying.
Both sides. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So I don't know how big those signs are, but I think they're maybe like 2 feet by like 1 foot or something.
Oh, okay. So then the two pieces of paper would work
I
then.
have one.
Oh,
Hold
you
on.
have one?
I have one like literally behind me. Hold on.
She pulled out a measuring tape out of nowhere and is just like,
That's right. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here.
I got multicolored Twizzlers and multicolored fruit shoe things. Rainbow
Perfect.
colored things. And all the
Pump the
little
children
flags are
full of
here.
gay candy.
Children with candy. I have stickers, tons of stickers, little flags, lots of those, better quality ones from last year, a couple bandanas from last year, a bunch of pins, a lot of those, some regular HRC pens, which we don't need to use for this, but whatever you guys want to use them for. We can use
Yeah,
them for
just
Friday.
bring all of it to the thing, and then we'll also have the stuff that Danielle is ordering, and then we'll have like tons of stuff.
So
How big is it?
It's like 3 by 2, I think, but why don't I'll do like an official, like there is some tape measure somewhere in this house, like, because why wouldn't there be? So I'm sure there's like 4, and I'll measure it and I'll figure it out. And then for the flags themselves, I figured we'd at least do the LGBTQIA, right? Intersex and asexual. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I think it would also be
then-
good to have like agender and non-binary.
Yeah.
I don't know how, this is where you get into the nitty, like, do we have the trans feminine flag and the trans masculine flag? Do we have the demi-gender flag? Like, there's a bunch of options.
That's when I think we're going to get into the 30 something flags. I think that, I think we want to be inclusive, but it can be, we also want to get the message across that people understand, and we don't want to overcomplicate it either. And I think if we could fly conceivably any flag, but I do think that the meaning might be lost in the flags that, everyone deserves to be represented, but I don't know that it would be possible or realistic to do that. It would be literally 30 flags, which I'm not opposed to if we could do that realistically, but.
So can
I'd like
we
to include Two-Spirit,
okay.
just with all that's happening in the world right now. I think it's important.
Did you say bisexual when you were?
I did not. Yeah, that's a good point. Bisexual.
Yes, that one. Yep.
Bisexual, pansexual, asexual.
Yeah.
Asexual usually feels pretty unseen. Transgender flag, non-binary pride flag, and agender pride flag. I think those are good start if we didn't. I don't know.
I agree.
Okay.
So
I agree with that.
I'm thinking that so we're gonna set them up on the grassy area. So how many did you say that was? 12?
I have 11. So let me just read through them and you can tell me what I'm missing. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, asexual, agender, non-binary, two-spirit, and pansexual.
Aromantic.
Aromantic. I have a question about that. Is there a queer flag?
I don't know. I'll find out.
If we're gonna get into aromantic, I think that's when we're gonna get into the more we need to do 30 flags. I'm not sure if just because I don't know, because then we would have to get into 30 flags.
Well, this is
But I
from a
do-
site that has the top 12 most popular flags. And included in there does also say, like, as far as a queer flag, we could say the original 8 stripe and say the history behind that, the 6 stripe from 1979, Philadelphia Pride flag, which is what we used to fly, right? And then what we're flying is the progress flag, so we don't need to print that. But if we're looking for 12, we could do a history of the prominent Pride Month
So
flag.
what are the ones that are listed on that list of 12 that you saw on that site, Daniela?
It goes in order of original 8 stripe flag from 1978, 6 stripe flag from 1979, Philadelphia Pride flag from 2017, progress flag. So scratch that. Bisexual, pansexual, lesbian, aromantic, asexual, transgender, non-binary, agender. And I think there was one that was said that wasn't on here. I don't know if Eileen, if you were writing them down.
Intersex.
Intersex.
Yeah.
So I'll scratch queer, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, intersex, asexual, agender, non-binary, two-spirit, pansexual, 8 stripe, 6 stripe, Philadelphia. And then we could do progress. Just
I mean, we
because-
have the big one. I also think, I don't think that there's something like bad about having lots of flags.
Yeah.
Like, I think part of what I experience in like groups of queer folks sometimes, especially folks who are like into the flags, like some people are like really into their flag, and you go to a place and they're like, oh my God, they have the transmasculine flag. It's like, you don't see that all that often, and so like having those little moments of like,
Yeah.
this is the
Yeah.
flag that I was looking for and it was here. I
Right.
think that's nice.
I agree.
Although there are, like,
So-
I do think there's a lot, like there's just a lot. There's a lot of identities. There's an infinite number of different.
Right. And I think that's
sexualities
where we
will
might get stuck, is that we might miss, if we're going to do the very, very specific ones, we might miss one and just not know, just because there are so many different flags. I think it is important to fly as many as we can. That makes sense. And we also might run out of space on the lawn, depending on how many flags we have, or how many.
There's
space we have.
plenty of lawn.
We have a lot of lawn. We could use a little common too, couldn't we? Theoretically, like in
For the
front, well, near, like in front
4
of the library.
days of the
rather.
4 of us putting flags all over the common.
Yeah, maybe not 4 days.
Still flying flags on the common. All right, well, why don't I start with these? Let me see if I can have someone print them for us, just like do it. I'll get the measurement and then I'll reach out to Maria to see if I can get the sign. So I'll take this as like I'm on it.
Awesome.
Do we have any more action items related to the flag raising, or?
Wait, I wanted to circle back really quick and say, what were we thinking for the rain date? What do you think is the best? Because I want to ask Catherine that question.
I mean, if we needed to, it seems like, well, weekdays seem to be it. I mean,
Or-
I'm
or
hesitant to say the
Saturday.
weekend of like graduation and prom. There's so much that goes on the first weekend of June. Like, I just don't know if that would be realistic. There's a lot of people graduating. I know, I mean, I have 80 clients and like 10 of them are having parties that weekend, just because, depending on colleges, graduation, a lot of kids move home from school. I don't know that a weekend at the beginning of June would be ideal. That's just my feedback based off of the population that I see and how many people are unavailable on that time. Just, I mean, to see them even during the day.
Well, then what
We may
about
want to
Monday?
the 6th or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what about Monday the 6th? Yeah, because at this
Yeah.
point, we're already into June, and I don't even know if we wanted to, instead of doing Friday the 3rd, do Monday the 30th, so that way we can get. But yeah, what about Monday the 6th? That is a rain date.
Wait, update,
Yeah.
real-time update. I just got an email back from Catherine McDonald that says that the library closes at 6 on Fridays. So for the
Which
Friday,
means, would that matter though for outdoors, for the outdoor flag
Yeah.
raising?
yeah,
Oh,
so.
so we couldn't do it. What about Monday the 30th or Monday the 6th as a rain date then?
Oh, that's Memorial
Right.
Day.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't think
never
Memorial
mind.
Day makes sense.
How about Tuesday the
So-
31st? Oh wait, no, because the trip that people are going on, right? It's Tuesday,
Yeah.
Wednesday.
So we can't do it if the library is closed? Does that?
No.
Oh,
Yeah. So what
really?
about Monday the 6th, and then let's not have a rain date. Let's just have it. And if
Yeah.
it's raining, the thing is that we don't put the flag signs up because they're probably not going to be super.
Or we can make the rain date Tuesday the 7th if we have to, right?
I have to be honest, like I think Benny has a point. Like we didn't do a rain date last year for Juneteenth. It was drizzling, but it was okay, right? Like it, unless it's like hurricane level weather.
I agree. Okay. That makes
The
sense.
only thing about outdoor performances is the technology that goes with it. Like we need to make sure that we have like a tent and stuff to cover any speakers or anything like that.
Right.
I generally assume that we can always use Jeremy's tent, even though I don't ask him.
Yeah, I have a couple too. So if worst came
Okay.
to worst, like we could use that. And then I have like a handheld speaker with a mic. Why? I don't know, but we do. So if we needed to use that, we could do that too. But does the library provide us with like a setup?
Like a PA? I don't think so. Were any of you on the Hispanic Heritage Month planning committee?
Mm-mm.
I think the performers brought their PAs, but I'm not 100%. And the other thing is that I'm hoping once we get the date nailed down to contact WCAT, certainly to film the event, but I wonder if they could also provide
That's a good idea.
like a PA if we needed one or wanted one.
Yeah.
And they filmed last year during the rain for Pride for Juneteenth. They just had a little sort of, their camera had like a raincoat.
Oh, right.
That's right.
So I don't know if that's true of their other, so like if they have speakers, would they have a raincoat? I don't know, but we could talk to them about it.
And if we do need to put in our own PA, I too have a microphone. It has 2 microphone capabilities. It's our PA system that we use for the wedding. It was
Hmm.
cheaper to just
Oh, that's
buy
great.
than
Yeah.
to rent. So we can always have a backup between Eileen and I if we needed to take matters into our own hands.
Just at any moment, I could be on my street, just with the microphone outside, just
That's a
singing
good skill to have.
Bohemian Rhapsody. You
I
know,
love that. I love
breaking
that.
it down.
Do
Like,
that,
we need to
Eileen,
find out if
please.
you're
And
like a
invite
big-
me. I will sing with you, please.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're
You
saying,
won't love it, but I'll do it.
I just emailed Catherine back to ask about the 6th. And
So
told her
Eileen,
that
did you
we're,
ask your singer friend about the 6th?
oh yeah.
Yep, I just messaged her. I
Thanks.
was like, you're gonna kill me, but how?
Yeah, yay. Sorry, yeah, we can all do the best we can, right?
Yeah,
I'm getting some progress flags, mini ones too,
Can't
because
do
right
the
now I
six.
only have the regular flags.
Okay.
No?
No, she can't do the 6th.
Uh-oh.
What about the 7th? Tuesday?
What about
So, okay, or we could go the other direction, which is what we were saying a minute ago was the 31st or possibly the 2nd.
It's just too close to graduation and stuff. I think we're going to run into some issues with that week. The first week of June is just really, really hard for people. At least that's what it seems to be from what I'm noticing. I personally could do it, but I don't know that a lot of people could. I don't know what that looks like for all of
We're
you.
also limiting an entire town event to one class of students,
Yeah.
of seniors. So I don't think we
That's
should be
true.
limiting ourselves. This is Pride Month, and
That's true.
we don't want to like raise the flag on the 8th or the 14th and then take it down. So
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm for the
I agree with that.
31st
or even Sunday. Most graduation parties on Saturdays. And even then,
31st sounds good.
Well, sorry. What if we just stuck to the first? Like, to your point, Daniela, we're like trying to work around a group of kids that may or may not, like the whole class of seniors may not show up for Pride for the flag raising, but we also have a whole event 2 weeks
Oh, the first is a
later for the
Wednesday.
town. I mean,
So I thought that Olivia wasn't going to be able to do it if we did it on the first because of the prom conflict. Oh no, she's a graduate. I'm remembering now.
oh, okay,
So she does not have that conflict.
that's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
That
So
sounds good. Can everyone do the first? That's a Wednesday at 6. Would that be the time that it would be?
yeah, that was our original plan.
Okay.
And it works for the library.
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, I'm all for being flexible, but to Danielle's point, we're now like getting into the middle of June, which we have an event in the middle of June. So
Yeah, makes sense.
2.
Mhm.
right. We have 2 exactly.
Wait, so what are the 2 that we have right now? We have
So
the
we have
one
the
on
Juneteenth flag raising and we have the
on the
concert.
15th. What's the date of the concert?
It's the 19th.
Okay. What time's that?
12:30. Well, I think that might be on the next thing of our agenda.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry,
let's finish
okay.
up with this
Sorry.
before we go into other stuff.
Yes.
So,
Okay. I was just trying to look at my planner. Thank you. I'm sorry.
So should I email Catherine back and be like, scratch all those other emails I just sent you. Let's stick with the first. What do you think?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I'll connect with one of you offline and just have the Pride stuff shipped to your house since the first I'm away.
I can come pick it up.
Okay.
You can just send me a private message with your address and I'll just come and get it.
Okay.
No-
Or I
no
can drop
worry.
off. Cool.
Because I'm gonna get the stuff from Maria too, so.
Hmm.
Okay.
Eileen,
Singers-
just because Wednesdays at 6 might be a little tough for me with my work schedule, I do have a lot of like the swag stuff. I live very, very close to the library. So even if it's right at 6, I mean, I might be a little bit late, but Wednesdays are kind of dicey for me. I can try to make it for 6, but in the event I can't, does somebody just want to like grab it from my porch? I live walking distance. I walk to the library every day. It's the end of my street. So
It's totally
I'm happy
fine.
to give anyone my address just to make sure that you have it. I
Yeah.
have clients until 5:45 or 6 o'clock that day. So
I'm happy to collect whatever you need, really. Like,
I
if
could
you want me to
literally
house
walk
them
into the
all,
office.
yeah, okay, perfect.
You can have whatever you need. Yeah, it's really, really close. So thank you. I appreciate
Yeah, no
that.
problem.
Okay, I'm emailing Catherine to reconfirm for sure this time, the 1st of June. And so for this will go for both events. I mean, by both, I mean, well, I guess this will go for all 3 events. I'm not sure where you all are at with communicating with WCAT, but for the flag raising and for the concert, I'm hoping to have them come and like film it. So I can reach out to WCAT with those dates and times now that we have it confirmed and like book them or whatever.
That'd be great.
Okay, so we are gonna have a singer, a speaker, some kind of mild emceeing, and raising of a flag. And some bunch of little flags and swag. This is gonna be great.
This is another, I don't know that we want to pile on, but, and it's maybe not necessarily a pile on, but what if we sent a message to like Public Kitchen or a couple of restaurants on the street to say that like we're doing the flag raising and we'd love to tell people to go and visit your restaurant after blah, blah, blah. Would you be interested in having a fancy cocktail for Pride or like, you know, something fun?
Cute.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, make a signature cocktail.
Yeah, why not? Okay.
And we can give them one of the flyers. They can put it in their window. So it's like a cross promotion. I think that's a great idea.
Cool.
I agree. Good idea.
So I'll message the restaurants on the street. Is someone making the flyer?
I can give a crack at it if Yana isn't wanting to jump in and do it. Benny, I saw you were about to raise your hand, so I don't know if you wanted to do it.
Nope. I was gonna say, good point.
Oh, okay.
Like, yes, somebody should make it. But
Let me write that down.
I'll have to go in just a couple minutes. I'm so sorry in advance. I just
That's
wanted to let
okay.
you know.
No worries.
Okay, so let me see here. Okay, anything else for the flag raising? Cool. The concert. Let me give a couple updates. What are my updates? I reached out to the town again to see about whether we can have like tables of like nonprofits or other groups kind of, you know, like tabling. They said that we couldn't really have vendors, or they gave us a very kind of unmanageable, like, what do you call it? You know, like red tape that we would have to do if we wanted vendors there. So I emailed again to say like, okay, what if it's not vendors, but it's just like, you know, like Nagley and the WHRC table. And we had like a handful of tables of people who were giving out literature and like stuff like that. Didn't hear back. So I'll keep you all updated. I'm gonna try to get their attention again.
Can we ask for forgiveness later? Because I feel like I've been not responding to people for 4 weeks or something like
true.
that. Because I was like, I don't know what to tell you, but I'll figure it out. And then like time flew by and I was like, I'll figure it out later. And I just feel bad because I know that one person responded to us recently and she was like ready to sell stuff. So I want to just get back to people and clarify. And maybe I can do a group message and BCC everyone, including the Wakefield HRC email. So that way we can get a cohesive list of after this news, who's still going to show up. I mean, Nagley, I think, you know, the organizations, yes, but there were a couple of businesses that I think were like the Dollhouse was one of them, which I'm not sure if they were even intending on selling the tinsel extensions.
I think the tinsel extensions is such a fun idea. I like totally want that to happen.
I want it in my hair.
Mm-hmm.
So say. Okay. Also, I wrote the note down here that to make flyers for both the flag raising and the concert, I figure like while I'm doing one, I can do the other just to take that action item.
Yeah, and I can, so I had a email exchange with Cece today. And she said she was gonna send me some stuff like her headshot and like make some kind of a thing about her, you know, if we want to include that.
Yeah.
The other thing, okay, so a couple cool updates from Cece. One, let me find my email from her. She has a musician that she knows that she is interested in like sharing her set with her. And she said it wouldn't, no change to the budget. They would like share the money or whatever. This person's name is Care Griffin. And they've collaborated before. And she was like, I think it would be nice, you know, break it, you know, having more than one voice can like keep it interesting. Would that be okay? And I was like, sounds great. So I just went ahead and told her yes. I asked her what length of set she was envisioning, and she said that she's flexible. She said she could do an hour-long set. She could do 40-minute sets with a break. She could do, she's like played, you know, lots, you know, she's got plenty of material. She's got the pipes for it. So I emailed her back and kind of like gave her a description. She also was asking various questions like, are there going to be booths? Are there going to be like, what's the vibe? Like, how big of an event is it? So I emailed her back with all the information that we have and kind of describing what we've planned so far. And I was like, based on this description of like what the size and vibe of the event is, like whatever length of set you feel comfortable with, I feel great about. We have the space from 12 to 3. That's going to include some setup time. So maybe the actual concert starts at 1 or something. If you want to play 1 to 2, if you want to play 1 to 2:30, like, I don't know, whatever. Sounds good to me. So I left that a little bit in her ball court. What's the word? A little bit in her court.
So would the advertising of the event be before the concert starts? Because if the permit's like 12 to 3 and say she starts playing at 1, do we want to advertise 12:30 because the people or the setup may only take 30 minutes? Or are we gonna say 1 is for example, when she starts singing is the start of the event?
I guess I was figuring we would say 1. We might be like, I'm hoping that we'll be able to, like, I just don't think there's a lot of like really strenuous boundaries on the time. It's like, yes, we have a permit from 12 to 3, but it's like, if we get there at 11:30 to start setting up, are they going to like give us a ticket? I don't know, so I'm hoping that it's not like super limiting, and so what I was figuring is we show up at 11:30, pop the tent, start setting up the tables, like whatever. The DPW people will be there at some point to make sure that we have access to the electrical outlets at the in the gazebo. She can set up her PA system, we can get everything working, you know what I mean, and then like start, I don't know, around 1, I figure. And I think if there's people coming, they should come around 12. Like they can set up their tables, or 12:30, whatever it is. They can set up their tables, everything be ready for people to, I guess I'm thinking 1. Let's advertise 1 as the start time.
Okay, and then I can, for the people that email, I'll say you would want to come around between 11:30, 12 to set up.
Yeah, the event starts at 1, so please come with enough advance time to set up.
Yep, okay, thank you.
Yeah. What else? So she's gonna bring her own PA. She said a tent is better than open air, so I'm gonna hope that Jeremy's tent is available, or we can use your tent, Eileen. Yeah, so should be good. I reached out to the Mass Coalition for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing, and to do their like interpreter request form. They have like an online form you fill out, and then they send it out to all their certified interpreters and then get back like anyone who's interested in the job. Turns out they do not solicit interpreter requests for performances. But they did give me this long list of interpreters who are experienced in this type of interpretation. So I've just emailed them all individually to see if they're interested. So far, I've heard back from a couple people who can't make it, and one person who said maybe, and I'm still waiting on like 30 other people. So hopefully we're going to need 2 interpreters because it's like a 20-minute on, 20-minute off type of, like, that's, I think, the standard. So hopefully we will get 2 people.
You look like for that?
Well, yes. So this is another question. So it varies. I mean, the interpreter gets to set their fee, and for some people it could be as low as like $65. For other people, it could be $150, like maybe somewhere in that range. But if we have 2, then we're talking somewhere between $130 and $300 for the interpreter.
Any chance you could have someone who volunteers for that or would be willing to do that?
Well, hold on, let me finish my sentence. So for the grant that we got, we didn't get the full amount that we requested. They always kind of, you like ask for the moon and they give you half of the moon. And so the amount that we have to pay the interpreters is $100. And what my plan is to ask the town for extra money and be like, because I recently was told that Steve Mayo has like a slush fund or something and he can like help make it happen. So that's my plan, basically. I'm definitely in favor of paying the interpreters. I want somebody who is a professional certified interpreter, and I want to pay them for their labor. So, and I think the town has the money. Like, I think we should do it.
Yeah, and if we're talking like $65, you know what I mean? Like something over, like it's, I'm sure they'll say yes.
Exactly. Like if we have $100 and where it's like, we're gonna need another 150, it's like.
Yeah.
So I
think
just hope
you
we can
could-
find someone who's available and game. It's a lot of prep work to do music interpretation, because you have to like listen to the music ahead of time and kind of plan it out, because you're interpreting not only the lyrics, but like the feel of it, you know? So I think that's the thing that might be tough. Like if people are like, oh my gosh, I don't have time for this. So we'll see. Those are some updates. Oh, and I emailed Elizabeth to see if we can tour the church and see like, what are we talking about for the rain space? Because I think we should decide, like, are we using the sanctuary? Are we using the downstairs kind of performance-y looking stage place that's not as big? What are we doing? So she said we could come and look at it. She said Saturday or Sunday afternoons are good. She could possibly do a weekday evening if we plan ahead, because she would have to like work it into her schedule. So I don't know. I'm thinking either all of us, a couple of us, whoever wants to be involved in going to see the space, we can find a time that we can ask
The
her.
church right at the end of the Unitarian church.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
exactly.
I've seen that space. I've been there for actually for I think a performance at some point. That's a good space. It's a big space, the basement part, like for performances. I'm happy to go with anyone. That's the end of my street too. If anyone wants to go, feel free to message me. It's after work. Helpful.
Yeah, what day works for people? When do we want to try to, or for who's interested in going to see the thing?
And if
Yeah.
it's easier for her to do weekend evenings, next weekend, I'm pretty flexible. So, maybe Saturday
She said Saturday or Sunday afternoons.
afternoon. Yeah.
Nick, okay, come on.
And I don't know if she's going to be gone for Memorial Day weekend. So that's why I'm not pushing it out another week, because then
Yeah.
it's our event.
So you're thinking like the 21st or the 22nd?
Yeah.
The 21st is good for me. If that works for you, I could ask her what. Oh, the 21st is also the day of our APAH festival.
Yeah. So I don't know if we want to go at like 12:30, if that's afternoon enough before it starts at 1.
Yeah, let me see what she says. Like, I can email her.
Oh, darn, I have a baby shower. Oh,
No,
these things. Stop inviting me to people. They've just been conflicting with our events this month.
I mean, it sounds like she can make a weekday evening work, if that would be better. What do people think? She said she can't do the 17th or the 18th. But other than that, if we plan ahead, a weekday evening is workable.
20th?
Yeah, fine with me. So let's say we can ask her for the 20th in the evening. If that doesn't work, I could probably do Sunday the 22nd. Yeah, if we plan ahead, I could do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Same.
so let me email her and see which of those, she feels better about.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay. What else? Any other questions, thoughts about the,
I am writing down an action item for me that I probably didn't do last time, is sending you those profiles again,
oh, yeah.
so we can have the Facebook post. I'm writing it down now, so it should do something this time around.
We should probably also start advertising. It's now May 13th. Probably start advertising the flag raising like next week. And then the festival shortly after, if not at the same time.
Yeah, I figure we could maybe do a post early that's like, save the date, Wakefield Pride events type of thing, and then do like more intensive.
Yeah.
um,
That's great.
So in addition to Facebook, does someone here have a contact in the item? And oh, Sherry sent us the poster thing, the digital poster, which we're
Yeah.
already past the 30-day notice. We could try and see if they really need 30 days.
I think we should try.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Worth
Yeah,
looking
so we'll need a
into, right?
poster. It's like an 11 by 17 format, I think.
So like whatever we use for the flyer, we could just use that for the poster, right?
Yeah, I'll try to make it a 11 by 17.
And
Wait.
I'm happy to send stuff to the item and the patch and whatever. And I'll post it also on the community calendar, the one that the library like hosts. I think that that gets like a lot of eyes. So that'll be good. Yeah. Any other things that we need to think about for the concert?
No, I think we covered it. I'm not sure if Eileen's saying something to us.
Because it's been 2.5 years where we've been on Zoom and I'm now forgetting to unmute myself. I won't be there for the concert, but all of the swag that we have, like I'll just pass it off to Daniela or Benny, just so we remember that someone else takes it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, we can coordinate as we lead up to the date, like
yeah,
getting that up from you or whatever.
We can
And
play hot
then-
potato.
yeah, right.
I will also not be there for the concert, so if you have the swag stuff, then whoever you give it to,
Yeah.
hopefully, yeah.
Okay, so the panel.
So we have Olivia, Fran, and now I think Yana is either contacting the GSA or what their new name is. But there's also the thought of just posting in the community pages, looking for a panelist. I think at this point we could be open to it unless someone knows. So we have someone who's right, Fran's like of an older generation. Olivia's young 20s, I believe. So I don't know if we want to get someone in the mix there, younger or in the middle, or just kind of like whoever we get. And then we can get moving on planning that. Usually the format I do there is I'll send some questions or ideas to Eileen. We can communicate via that. Then agree upon a broad framework, then send an email to all the panelists to give them an idea of how this will be set up, and then just maybe a 1 hour, if that, prep call, so that way people understand how this will work, the technology that we're going to be using, and then it is the panel, and we'll just do it remotely. It'll be recorded. I'm not sure if it needs to be. Oh yeah, and then we said it would be live, so we could have a live Q&A. So that some logistics. my gut thinking is that it's probably going to be the end of June, which would be a nice thing to wrap it up, because we start with something, we have Juneteenth in the middle, we have the concert right after that, and then we can kind of, wrap up the month with that.
Yeah, I like that.
I like it. So you have someone in an older generation, and then you have someone in a younger generation. And are you thinking of just one additional person? Are you thinking more? Like, what are you thinking?
If so if people are experienced in panels, then we could have one of those people be the moderator, so then we could have two. So because I'm thinking 3 panelists, 1 moderator, that's the typical format that I've seen that works really well. If we can't find 2 people, I don't mind moderating myself, because that's kind of what I do at work, so it's not any harm to me to try and do that if we can't find anyone. But I do want to let other people have a chance if they want to do it.
I like one of us either being a moderator. I feel like that's kind of nice. We could also, like we did for International Women's Day, we asked for a moderator from town council.
Ooh.
Specifically asked Maureen, but we could certainly do that if we wanted to. But if you're comfortable being a moderator, Daniela, like that would be great.
Okay. Honestly, when you said town council, Maureen was also in my head.
Yeah, right. She just hosts like all of our things.
Maureen has been in a lot of our events, not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
She's
She's
great.
like a superstar of the HRC events.
So we could do that. And then the 2 individuals that you have, do they identify as female? Like, I'm just thinking, like, if we're looking for more people and we want like sort of a broader, more diverse extra person,
I believe
who should we be looking for?
Yana used the pronouns she
Okay.
for Olivia, and Benny.
Yeah, same for Fran. I mean, I haven't asked her what her gender identity is, but she goes by she.
Okay. So that's something that I could also put in the post is we're looking to put together a diverse panel with members of the local LGBTQ plus community. If I'm gonna pass the wording. I'm gonna have Eileen proof it before I post it.
We can wordsmith it.
I did reach out to Frankie, who used to be one of the HRC commissioners. And so I said, hey, would you be interested, or would your sister be interested in being on this panel? And he didn't say one thing or another, but he said, I'll see if my sister's interested. So that tells me that maybe Frankie is not planning to be on this panel. And then I didn't hear back after that. So let me give him a little prod and see if he heard back from Nicola.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. What else? Is there other support that would be helpful around planning this, or do you need anything?
Not yet. I think you following up with Frankie and then getting Fran was also really helpful. And then Yana's been helpful too, Olivia, and then getting some questions with the students. Yeah, so I'm hoping we can, next week I'll spend a good chunk of time on all these different things and I can make some progress.
Daniela, you and I should pick a day. If you want like an evening where we just talk about questions or like whatever you want to do, if that's helpful to you.
Yeah, we can connect offline.
Okay, perfect.
Great.
Are you going to be doing it with the help of WCAT, or what's the plan for like hosting and recording it?
I mean, you had experience with it before. What did you do and who were your contacts?
Yeah, so what we did, okay, there's been a couple of, actually, I don't know, what did you do, Eileen, for International Women's Day?
Yeah, so we had a couple people WCAT helped us, and the library, it was like a joint hosting situation where like they provided the link. So I'll add that to my list and I'll reach out to them to see like if they'd want to do that again. But I also think WCAT can provide us with a link too if we want it. So I'll take that and figure that out. But they were great. We had a, you know, like a dry run of the whole thing a couple nights before. And it was more of just like us saying out loud what we were going to do. And then the night of it, we had everyone join like 30 minutes before that even to test all the links, because there's a different link for the hosts and the panelists than there are for everyone else. And I remember us talking about this last time too. So we just have the attendees, they can like send in messages, but you don't see them on the screen, which I think is probably better.
Yeah, I think that's safer. So it's like the webinar version of
Yeah,
everything?
exactly. Yep. So I'll send them a message and then I'll copy Daniela. Yeah. And we probably want to pick a date. So assuming that you're thinking the last week in June, maybe? Like,
Yeah, and it might need to be flexible if our panelists can't do one thing, but maybe maybe we can do like Tuesday, the 28th.
Yeah.
And then if needed, then we can do the 29th or the 30th if they can't do the 28th. So that way we're not pushing it out into July.
Yep. That's great.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Okay. I feel like that's everything we need to work on for now. I'm thinking it seems like right now everything is sort of like rolling. We've sort of made the decisions and just need to like follow up, print the things or contact the person or whatever. When feels like it might be good to have our next meeting?
I think next week is going to be a lot of action items. Maybe the 25th. I don't know if people are doing anything for Memorial Day weekend. So maybe like the 24th or the 23rd.
Yeah, either of those work for me.
I could do the 23rd at 6. I couldn't do anything earlier, and the 24th would be hard.
23rd is great.
6?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Perfect. Does anyone need me to print anything? I can do that. It's easy to do. Let me know. Just email it to me.
Yeah, what did we say, Eileen? You said you were going to see if someone can print it for you, the flags?
Yeah. I'll see. Let me figure out how big the signs are.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah,
I'll see
Eileen,
if
just
I
let me
can
know
have
if you
someone
need
print.
anything. I'm happy
Okay.
to do that
Thanks,
too. Because
Lindsay.
I can do all that for. I have paper, ink, anything you need. So just let me know.
Yeah, ditto. I can take on some of it. So keep us posted.
I do have to get going. I'm so sorry, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks
and I
for sticking with
apologize
us,
for missing
Lindsay.
last
Thank
time.
you.
Thank you so much. And let me know whatever you need, Eileen. And if you need my contact info, I'll give that to you. And like I said, I have all the Pride swag stuff and maybe some stuff that might be helpful for Juneteenth as well. So
Enjoy the
thank
weather.
you all.
Have a
and I
good
appreciate
weekend.
your patience. Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, cool. Well, I think that's everything then.
Great. Move to motion that we adjourn the meeting.
Second.
There we go. I vote in favor. How about you, Daniela?
Aye.
Eileen?
Yes.
Success. All right. Thanks, everybody.